Yeah, I think that, look, if that sounds like there's sexual intent there, I don't think that 21-year-olds should be having sex with
Wait,
minors
okay,
or
perfect.
with 16-year-olds.
Perfect. So we literally have screenshots of AJ saying these things.
He said with, wait, what did he, there's a screenshot of AJ saying, let me come pull up your house at night.
Yeah, no, yeah. So there's screenshots.
Yeah, can you pull that one up, please?
John, can you put it on your screen so we can see what you're talking about? Because so far it's just hearsay.
Yeah, I have the screenshot. I got you. I also have the one of him saying that he can swing by the school. I got you.
I know the one where he said he'd swing by the school. He said, "Oh, haha, I could say hi," and then he didn't even say hi. But that wasn't like, "Let me just pull up. You want to skip?
So, like,
I want you come over, hit up my crib." That's not what he was saying.
Yeah. So can you put this on the big screen, please?
Yeah, go ahead, John.
Say what?
You put him up on the big screen.
Dijon?
Yeah. Give me a second. Let's see this.
Yeah. So it's like really 15 minutes away, but anyway.
Like, can you make it a little smaller?
Yeah, I got you. My fault.
I have something to say when you guys are.
Yeah, by the way, I think Gabrielle has been trying to say something for a while, just FYI.
Yeah, I got kicked earlier. I didn't even have a chance to speak.
Yeah, really quick, Dijon. Before we go into this, let Gabriella.
It's
She's
okay.
been up
You
here
can.
for a minute.
You can go ahead.
I still can't like see it too. Like, it's on the left. It's cut off. But.
Since we were already on that topic, it's okay. We'll just look at the.
Really like 15. Wait, what is the? What's? Hold on. At night, I want to see. Oh wait, what is this from? Is this and was this like a DM or is this in the Discord?
Yeah, I'm gonna assume that this is in the Discord, right? But we can see that this is her account as well as AJ's.
What are they talking about? Really, like 15 minutes away, but anyways, like there was something said before this, no?
Yeah.
Because depending on the context, this could either be benign or this could be like really, really bad, and this would completely change my view on it. But I want to.
Are you serious?
I would just say, regardless of the context, him saying that I can still find you and foot stomping at night, and her saying, I want to see you try AJ, right? And him really having no issue with these messages. I would say, regardless of the context, right?
It's creepy.
No, it looks bad. I think that if I was like,
Can you move your head a little bit, please?
Yeah,
this one looks like worse than the screenshots that I've seen. Now, if the context was like that she had borrowed something and he was giving it back or like something like that, then yeah.
Yeah, wait a second. So
who's he talking to?
So something I notice, just being truthful. It says I usually keep mine in my car. And then AJ is replying to that comment at night, more like he's asking a question, not saying he's going to pull up.
What?
What about him saying just down the street though with the devil emojis? Like, I'm confused.
Well, what is he saying that about? I just don't know any at all what he's saying this about.
Yeah,
Okay, so
no,
like,
the at night comment just really quick. The at night comment specifically, it looks to me like he's replying like you keep something in your car, and he's saying at night.
He was referring to the 15 minutes comment where he said something about like with the devil emojis. That's what he was referring to, at least. Dijon just now.
Wait, so what about the idea of him taking a picture of her school, right? And I'm just trying to gauge what exactly the threshold we're putting on this. Like him saying, right, that he can see the school, her saying, I'm in there right now, him saying, anytime you want to bail, let me know. Right now, I asked you if you had a 16-year-old daughter and you knew that a 22-year-old or a 21-year-old, what have you, was offering to come let her skip school or what have you, pick her up, right, especially without your consent, how would you feel about this?
Right here, it doesn't like.
Well, really quick,
it doesn't
so
look
I can
like,
just say because I think I'm the only person on the panel that actually has daughters. Does anyone else have a kid?
No, you go ahead.
Yeah. So I can say I'd be pissed, right? Like that's not really hard for me to say. If I found out there was a 21-year-old taking a picture or like consistently communicating with my daughter, I wouldn't be happy.
Why would you be pissed?
Again,
Could you explain that?
I'm
why
sorry.
Would you be pissed? Could you explain why you would be pissed?
Yeah, I would just be mad predominantly because I don't think I don't think that he should be taking pictures of my daughter's school.
I would even
But you brought up his age. What else about his age would have pissed you off?
Because of his age. We're just talking from a legal standpoint. So I disagree.
No, we're not talking.
No.
legally.
You were talking about from a father's perspective.
Yeah.
So from a father's perspective, why are you angry a 21-year-old is doing it? Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yeah. So when y'all were talking about the drinking, and like, now I'm a pastor, and I like following the law, but I'm not someone who is living under a rock. I understand people underage drink. But I'm going to say, okay, AJ's wrong in a legal sense because he's like advocating for someone to break the law. That's where I'm going to be like, okay, that's not good, right?
But
so I dissent from Amdir a little bit there. But specifically, dealing with the picture of the school, if I knew there was a 21-year-old talking to my 16-year-old daughter and taking a picture of a school, I would have a problem with it.
Let me ask you a question. You said that you've got a problem.
Just to refer to this screenshot quick. It's unclear to me whether or not the anytime you want to bail, let me know comment is referring to her bailing out to come say hi to him when he's driving by, or if it's saying bail out, like skip class and hang out with me. Those two things have very different connotations from one another.
That's not going to matter. You realize the question wasn't legally, right, host?
Let me finish.
It wasn't legally, right?
I couldn't hear you. What
was the answer you just gave about like your father? You'd be unbothered by it. Your answer wasn't referring to like a legal perspective, right? It was referring to how you would feel morally about a 22-year-old man.
It's both. One, it's going to be from a legal perspective.
Do we remove the legal perspective?
Wait, let me finish the statement. I promise I'm going to answer your question. So one, it's going to be from a legal perspective because I don't think people should be breaking the law or advocating for breaking the law, even though I understand it happens. Two, from a father's perspective, just because I'm going to be protective. I would not like similarly, and this is 100% fact. I would not like an 18-year-old, even though like in Florida there's like Romeo and Juliet laws. I wouldn't like an 18-year-old just driving by and taking a picture of my daughter's school or something like that. Like a 17-year-old.
Do you have a harsher reaction if a 21-year-old does it versus a 16-year-old?
So I don't think I'd have a harsher reaction, no.
Would you have a harsher reaction if it was a 30-year-old and a 16-year-old?
Yeah, the further we go down in age, the more I think the probability of ill intent goes up.
Why is that?
Why is that?
Yep.
Why do I think the probability goes up? I can just make like a statistical case. In most cases, when you have a 30-year-old trying to meet with a 16-year-old or a 40-year-old or a 50-year-old, the higher you go up in age, reaching out to a younger audience, the more you're going to find statistical ill intent.
Okay, but why do you think that is the case? Why do you think we find when we get older?
If my daughter, wait 1 second. If my daughter was like, "Hey, I want to have a friend over," and this friend is 21, I wouldn't have a problem with the 21-year-old coming over to the house. But they would have the exact same rules as a 17-year-old. If a 17-year-old came over, it's like, okay, well, y'all can hang out in the family room. You're not going to go in your bedroom ever. Like these are rules. My daughters are really young right now. My oldest is 5 years old.
If your 16-year-old daughter invited a 21-year-old man into your house, you let him in?
Wait a second. I'm sorry?
If your 16-year-old daughter invited a 21-year-old man into your house, you let him in?
Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with that as long as I'm there.
Wow.
Two, wait a second.
You have children?
Wait a second. One, I'm there. Two, they're not allowed in certain parts of the house. Three, if it's just a genuine friendship, no, I don't care.
How do you know if it's a genuine friendship versus a sexual interest on the man's part?
Yeah, so that's just where you're going to have fatherly discernment. Like,
hang on. What is fatherly discernment?
Well, he would ask his daughter about this person, et cetera, right?
Yes, I do. What is fatherly discernment?
Yeah, just being able to read people.
Okay, what gives you special skill to read people?
Being the father of the girl.
I think he's talking about like mothers.
Okay, you understand that almost every man in their lifetime. Hang on, just one moment. Sorry, if you don't mind me asking, you understand that almost every man in the world will be a father at some point. It's not a special skill to become a father, right? So if 99% of men become fathers, being a father doesn't equip you with special skills to be able to identify bad guys.
That does not apply. because you understand that every single father are going to have their own children with unique personalities and unique characteristics, that the father is going to have very special access to knowing whether or not their child is making a poor decision or a
So
good
why
decision.
is it children still
Because
get
it's
hurt
discernment.
then?
Wait a second.
If
It's not
fathers are
just-
so good at
it's
it, why
not
is it
just
kids still get
discernment. Let me
hurt?
finish. No. Let me finish, because you tried to make a generalization. And I don't think that generalization is going to pan out. One, because I'm going to be able to test my daughter's character, right? Because I've raised her a specific way. And if she's like, hey, I want this guy to come over, he's just a friend, we go to church together or whatever, right? Okay, that's fine. He can come over, he can hang out. I don't have a problem with it as long as I'm home. One, why? Because I can protect my daughter. It doesn't matter if it's a 17-year-old boy, as long as I'm home. My daughter is not going to be allowed to just be with people in the house. If they go on a date or something like that, that's different. I probably would not allow my daughter to go on a date with a 21-year-old due to a legal aspect, and also due to like a consideration for my daughter having to do with a
Okay,
moral
but you
aspect.
didn't answer my question, which is, if 98% of men become fathers,
No. I
and
answered
you're
it
saying,
directly.
hang on, let me finish my point.
I answered it directly, though. You
If
don't have to-
98% of men become fathers, and
Yeah.
you are arguing that being a father, at least as to your own child, because you're able to uniquely test the qualities and attributes of your child, that you will be able to exercise discernment as a father to protect that child. That's your argument, correct?
Under the circumstances.
So why is it that
Wait,
why is
under
so
the
why is
circumstances
it
that I have control over?
so why is it such a large number of
Over
children are still
the
hurt,
circumstances that I have control over.
which are what?
You're missing a point.
Which are what?
I'd like to say something before I
I've said this a
can,
couple
please.
times. The conditions that I would lay out is, one, I am home. I am present. If a boy is in my house, whether it is a friend that is an older friend who's in college, or whether it is a younger friend, I have to be home for there to be a opposite
Okay.
sex. in
So
the
hear
house.
me
That's
hear me out on
condition
this.
one. Wait a
Go
second.
ahead.
No,
Sorry,
you
go
asked.
ahead. Go ahead.
That's condition one. Condition two, there are certain places in the house they are allowed to go. They have to stay in the family room. They can go to the kitchen. Like, the guy can go to the bathroom, but obviously my daughter can't go to the bathroom with him. In a controlled environment, there is nothing wrong with a friendship with a college student and a high school.
Okay, so I just want to be
In
clear.
a non-controlled environment, I would have a problem with.
I just want to be clear. You then would create a controlled environment that would normalize the relationship between your 16-year-old daughter and a 21-year-old man.
Yeah, so here's
And
not.
you would hang on. Can I
What do you
please
mean by
finish?
normalize? What do you mean by
Because
normalize?
you said that
What
you
do you
would
mean by
happily.
normalize?
You said you would
What do
happily
you mean by
invite.
normalize?
I'm
No,
explaining.
not what I said. What do you mean by normalize?
Normalize means to endorse, encourage, accept, to take any action other than discourage. And in this case, you said that you would happily welcome a 21-year-old man into your house with your daughter, provided they adhere to certain rules. To me, that is
Yeah,
you
what would be the problem
encouraging,
with that?
hang on, encouraging, endorsing, and normalizing that relationship. Now let's imagine a scenario where that
normalizing-
21-year-old, when
normalizing
that
a friendship,
21-year-old man
Wait a second.
comes over to your house on a regular basis. If you let me finish,
Wait, no. You just.
I didn't say
define what
relationship.
normalize
I
was.
take back the word for relationship. Hear me out.
Okay, wait. You said normalize.
Can you
normalize the
please just hear me out?
Wait, one sec. I just want to hit this. Specifically, if it is a controlled environment where there is a
Great.
college student and a high school student, and that student is my daughter, and it's an environment I have
Great.
complete
Can I now
control
finish
over.
my sentence? Great.
And it's an environment.
So
I have
in the
complete
situation that
control
you're
over.
talking about, let's imagine, because you feel so secure in your controlled environment, you would feel free to allow that 21-year-old to come over often and come over regularly because it's in the controlled environment. And therefore you would be creating an environment that allows your 16-year-old daughter to get closer and closer as a friendship with the 21-year-old man, such that months would go by. She has now developed some sense of trust, some sense of faith that that 21-year-old man is a good person because he has acted well inside the father's home. That 16-year-old daughter has also looked up to her father and her father has decided to judge this 21-year-old man to be safe enough to let into his house, which the daughter is going to infer means that the 21-year-old man is in fact safe, such that after several months of that man developing that bond with the child, all that man now has to do is say, let's now meet underneath the stairwell. Let's now meet after school. Let's now meet after nighttime when your dad goes to sleep.
Wait a second.
And your daughter being raped by that 21-year-old man will be due to the relationship you have facilitated.
Wait, let's
Yet you apparently have spidey sense for discernment.
Wait a second, Irish. Let's even further the timeline. Let's say I allow this behavior in this controlled environment for 2 years. They're never allowed to go on a date. They're never.
So we're talking about grooming. Yep.
No. Wait a second. No, that is not necessarily grooming. Grooming has to involve intention, right? If I am just facilitating,
is this scenario going to end with the 21-year-old having sex with the 16-year-old?
Wait a second. Let's talk. Let's just say we allow that friendship to continue for 2 years. Now the 21-year-old is now 23, and my daughter is now 18. Oh. And he now comes to me and asks the question, "Can I take your daughter?"
Yeah, that's called grooming.
Now, no. It is not called grooming.
It's grooming.
Wait a second. No.
I just find it so ironic that Christian pastors don't know what grooming is.
Do you think every situation that is a friendship between people?
I think every situation where an adult meets a child and later has a sexual relationship with that child, every single situation that is grooming, 100%.
Wait, Bart.
It is.
The issue. The issue
no, because
is
the intention. No, that is not.
Okay, wait. The issue is that you're presupposing that the man has good intentions, and you're just to the
No, I'm not presupposing anything.
Sorry.
Okay,
I'm
wait.
not presupposing anything.
So you said that you'll be able to create this controlled environment in which like they can't do anything sexual, blah blah blah. You're presupposing that there are not any hidden intentions with the guy in the situation. Why would a 21-year-old man want to hang out with a 16-year-old girl at her house? Why?
Yeah, they could be friends. Is there anything morally relevant or morally wrong at all? Wait.
Can you at least admit it's strange?
Listen, y'all have talked so much, and I've let you dogpile me, but now you're going to have to actually defend your stance.
Okay.
Tell me what is morally incorrect.
Sure.
My question was really simple. What is the
power
moral,
dynamic?
Nothing. Wait, guys. Just nothing.
The
you don't have to engage with that
relevant detail?
Nothing. Nothing is morally wrong with a healthy friendship between a 21-year-old man
so
and
nothing's
a 6-year-old.
Morally wrong?
Exactly, nothing more about the healthy friendship between the two. But with this being said, with
so
your
why
analogy,
are you challenging me then if there's nothing morally wrong?
Wait, Blood, please. With the analogy that you gave, you said that it's a healthy friendship. This means that in this analogy, this man is 100% for sure not a predator. That's in this analogy. But once again, if you apply this to the conversation that's happening right now, you don't know how what's his name was raised. Even he admitted in a live.
No. Right now, this is forget AJ. Now this is about my character.
Nonetheless,
so now you said no. I'm going to hold you to the fire. Is there a morally relevant decision?
You can't keep complaining being cut off and then cut me off.
Is there a morally relevant difference or not? You have to answer the question.
Oh my goodness, I answered already. Like, just let me finish what I'm saying.
I feel you.
No. You wanted to take it back to AJ, so you have to answer.
Yes, I'm bringing it back to your analogy. Just let me finish, please.
So with your analogy.
Oh my God. Okay, so with your you're assuming that the friendship is it's a genuine friendship and the guy isn't a predator.
That doesn't have anything to do with my question.
What is happening right now?
That doesn't have anything to do with my question.
You never cut off Irish. I don't know what this is.
I've been cut off at least 5 times.
So I don't know what you want me to do right now. I can't even answer your question.
I don't know why you're virtue signaling, acting like John is a sexist, like he's cutting off because you're a woman. He tried to cut off. Yeah, you know exactly what you're trying to virtue signal. John tried to cut off Irish. Irish has a microphone that empowers everybody. So stop crying. John only cuts off women. He doesn't cut off men.
Answer my question.
He cut off the John too. Like you're just stop, please.
I just want you to answer my question.
What are y'all doing?
I just want my question answered. That's all I want. I want my question answered.
What is? Okay, someone else, go ahead, Gabriella, because you were waiting. What the fuck?
Answer my question.
I'm trying to. Go ahead, Gabriella, please.
No, you're just yapping. You're going into a ton of different directions that have nothing to do with
Gabriella, it's your time to shine, please.
Do you not want to answer my question?
You won't let me, so let someone else.
No, I will let you. It's a really simple answer. Is there anything morally wrong? Is there a moral relevant difference in having a friendship, like a healthy friendship, right? That's the analogy. That's the hypothetical.
They said no 1,000 times. Like, what is this?
Okay, so if it is no, then what is your point?
What are you doing? I'm trying to make the point.
Then why have you been letting her talk?
Let someone else go. Just let someone else go if you want to keep cutting me off. Like, what?
Go ahead. Okay, if you say no, then how is it analogous?
So with your analogy, you said it's a healthy friendship, okay? This assumes or presupposes that the man in this particular analogy has good intentions. But you simply saying, oh, I'm using my dad instincts to make sure that men aren't predators around my daughter, that's insane behavior. Irish was very valid in saying, oh, why are there a lot of girls who are victims around guy friends or uncles and stuff like that? There are multiple instances in which like brothers and uncles end up targeting the children of people.
So do you think you should never invite uncles over? Do you think you should
please let her finish?
Over?
Please let her finish.
Stay on mute. Nobody's talking to you.
Nobody's
I wish
talking
you would
to you.
stay on mute. You should stay on mute, if anything. Like,
go ahead, Smoothie.
Cry more.
Even if you want to grant that, at least think about the unsafe scenario that you're going to be putting your child in. There are multiple men who feel like they can detect a predator or whatever the fuck that means. But that doesn't mean that your child is always going to be safe. It's an extremely dangerous situation for you to put your child in if you're going to say that you can predict a predator or something. That's
okay,
really
so no, wait a second. So you just did something. You
What did I
just
do?
completely left the hypothetical and you went down this entirely different trail where the hypothetical is, I asked, okay, is there a morally relevant difference in a college student? And you said no. The answer is no, right? So if there is no morally relevant difference, then what is your problem if there exists a relationship that is a healthy friendship?
Your analogy is not applicable to reality because there's no way for
that's
you.
not how
Okay, can I
hypotheticals
answer your
work.
question or not? You want to answer or not? What is
That's
this?
not how hypotheticals work.
Can I answer your question or
They're
not? Which one is it?
You're
I
changing
said no
the
1,000 times. Like, I'm not sure what you want from me anymore.
You're changing the hypothetical, Smoothie.
No, I'm not.
Yes,
I'm
you
not
are.
changing
Are you
anything.
talking about
I'm telling you that's not
hypothetical,
applicable
or
to
are you talking about
reality.
reality?
It is not applicable to reality.
God.
How
If
can
it's
you
not
1,000
applicable to
100%
reality, then it's not about my hypothetical.
Oh my God, please. Okay.
That's the point.
Oh my God.
That's the exact point.
I-
If it's
can I-
not
Can you
applicable- if you don't think it's
100% can you
applicable to
100% for
reality,
sure know if someone is a predator or not just by like interacting with them? Can you 100% know that?
No, I can control.
The answer is no. Thank you. That's why it's not applicable to reality.
There's like a better way to go about this. So like,
said no
you can
already.
just ask,
I don't
do you
know.
think that it's wrong to have like a male family member, like
said
an
no
uncle
already.
in your house? And if you don't, if you don't think it's wrong, then what's the relevant difference between
Because
having
the
a male
friendship-
family
the
member
friendship
over
assumed
and
that
having a
it's a good
friend who's not a family member
Wait,
over?
but based on what Bart just said, right?
Right, what's the relevant difference there?
I was going to say, based on what Bart just said, by his own framework, right? As long as the environment is controlled, right? Then what exactly is controlled about the environment of this group of individuals going to Florida without any parents? What exactly is controlled about that
we're
environment?
off that for just a second because, like I said, this is now about my character and I'm the host. So I want someone to answer the question if there is
I'll answer the question.
Didn't she answer the question?
There is something morally
This is
wrong.
the question.
When
There
you
is
said
something
that
morally
you can't
wrong.
know 100% for sure if a man is a predator, you're admitting that your analogy is not applicable to your situation.
If there is nothing morally wrong, then what is your issue?
There is
You
something
don't
morally
know
wrong with
if
an
the guy
older
is a
man being.
predator.
Can I
You
answer the
don't
question?
know.
The answer is the power imbalance. A 16-year-old
Yes.
child wants out of the house. They want out of the control of the parent. They'll look at the 21-year-old who likely has their own apartment, who likely has their own money, who likely has their own car, and what they see is freedom. What they see is a way out. What they see is an opportunity. And they will latch onto that in order to escape what it is they're currently in. No one likes 13 years. And as a result of that, we usually blame our parents, and
Wait a
we
second.
usually want out from our parents, which is why we specifically try to protect young teens from older people, because we know they're going to gravitate to that out. That power imbalance creates
I'm a
moral
parent.
harm.
Can I talk?
The morally relevant difference is that there's a power struggle that's taking place, and it has to do with
I can't believe
money,
I have to
it has do with
explain
a
that to
car.
you, yes.
Wait a second. It has to do with money, has to do with a car, has to do with freedom and a place to live. If a
Can also
17-year-old Wait, if a 17-year-old has all of those, has a good pay,
can also apply to.
No. Let me finish.
But that's not the only things. That's not the only things.
The things you named.
Nope, there's more.
Okay, well, we'll go to the more after we deal with the things you've already named, right?
Sure.
So
if a 16-year-old is no longer living with their parents, if a 16-year-old is no longer living with their parents, if a 16-year-old already has their own car, if a 16-year-old already has their own apartment, if a 16-year-old already has their own job. Who is this 16-year-old? I'll hire them in a second. They're savant. They're amazing.
Okay. Obviously, I'm going to have to show you a power struggle because I'm going to have to mute you if you do not answer. We're going to deal with the first segment. So you said a morally relevant difference is there's a power struggle because the 21-year-old has their own car, has their own money and job, and has their own place to live. If the 17-year-old has all three of those things, what's your point?
We're talking about you as an individual, right?
My point is, why are you so thirsty to allow your 16-year-old to hook up with a 21-year-old? Why are you so desperately
You're not even
to allow your
16-year-old. Sorry. You're just not
answer that question.
Sorry, you're not engaging with what's being said. You're just virtue signaling.
I did engage in it.
Sorry, you're just virtue signaling. When you say,
so what you're saying is, in this hypothetical, your 16-year-old child doesn't live with you. Is that correct?
Why are you so thirsty for your 16-year-old to hang out with 21-year-olds? You know that John's not openly advocating.
John's bending over backwards.
16-year-olds to go hang out with
16-year-olds. 5 years old.
I'm a mother. If
okay,
her father,
wait. I'm going to mute you until I'm done with Irish because I don't know if you noticed, but the panel's kind of stacked against me right now. So we're going to do one guest at a time. We're going to do one claim at a time. And then we're going to deal with the other individuals that want to speak against my character as a father. Okay? So wait your turn. Now, Irish, really, really simple. When you say a morally relevant difference is this power struggle of money, car, and house, if a 17-year-old has all of those things.
Talking about a 16-year-old.
Is the power struggle still included?
We're talking about a 16-year-old, correct?
That doesn't have to do with your claim.
Yes, it does. We're talking about a 16-year-old. We've been talking about a 16-year-old.
So a 16-year-old.
Go ahead.
If there's a morally relevant difference,
a 16-year-old. Go ahead.
A 21-year-old. I'm going to quote you. A 21-year-old has a car, has money and a job, has their own place, and for that 16-year-old, all they see is freedom. Can the 16-year-old also see that for a 17-year-old that has all of the same things and still maintain a morally relevant distinction in your position?
Can a 16-year-old see that in a 17-year-old? Is that what you just said?
Yes.
No, because a 17-year-old still wouldn't have what the 21-year-old has.
Based off of the things that you named?
Yeah. Do you want me to continue?
So a 17-year-old can't have a job and money.
Do you want me to continue the other options?
No.
A 21-year-old can also buy alcohol. Can a 17-year-old buy alcohol? How are you going to address that issue?
What if the 21-year-old doesn't drink because they're a good Christian boy?
Well, they do drink, John. Sorry to break it to you.
No.
See, in my scenario, they do drink.
No. Wait a second. They do drink. I've never had alcohol a day in my life.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. So here's the thing. If the 21-year-old does not have any desire...
In my scenario...
Sure, go ahead. If the 21-year-old does not have any desire to purchase alcohol, do you still think that there's a morally relevant distinction?
Yes. Do you want to know why?
Yeah, name some more because I'll keep knocking them down.
Sure thing, sweetheart, because the 21-year-old can buy alcohol for the 16-year-old who does want alcohol.
Yeah, so here's the thing. If the person is a good Christian boy, a 21-year-old that has no desire to purchase alcohol, right? That is the hypothetical I'm giving you.
The 21-year-old who wants to hang out with the 16-year-old, you want me to believe is a good guy?
I'm asking you, what's the morally relevant distinction?
Did you just say you want me to take into consideration that the 21-year-old who wants to hang out with the 16-year-old sophomore is a good moral Christian boy who won't drink?
Notice how you can't answer my question.
Well, you're kind of being inconsistent. Do you recognize that?
I'm being really, really consistent, right?
No, you're not.
We can repeat this all day.
Sure, I'll keep adding. So the 21-year-old has the emotional maturity. A 21-year-old has a status of being older. Can I please finish?
Well,
I think I'm speaking to emotionally mature. How old are you, John?
Name the three, and then we'll knock down the three.
I didn't say there's three. There's 100. I'll keep going. Let me keep listening.
Just name three, and we'll talk about the three.
Sure. The fact that the 21-year-old has life experience. The fact that the 21-year-old has many years' experience living alone. The fact that the 21-year-old is independent. The fact that the 21-year-old has had
so
enough years on this earth to develop
right there,
confidence.
right
The
there.
fact that the 21...
Yeah. So we have.
I've got 100 more.
Let's deal with the 3. So, 1, the 21-year-old has independence. I have a student right now in my youth group that does not live with his mother, and because he's decided to emancipate himself from the situation.
What age is he?
He's 17.
Where does he live?
What do you mean? Where does he live?
Does he live with a foster family?